All right, today we're diving into something that feels like it was pulled right out of a spy movie. It's called Phantom Deck. And let me tell you, don't think of it as just another app. This is your own mobile command hub. So let me paint a picture for you. You get that dreaded urgent alert. A server's down. Maybe a critical deployment has just completely failed. The problem? You are nowhere near your laptop. You're in a taxi, you're on a train. All you have is your phone. What's the play? That exact high-stakes, high-stress problem is precisely what Phantom Deck was built to solve. So what is it really? Well, at its heart, Phantom Deck is built around this idea they call the Phone-as-Orchestrator model. It's all about transforming the phone in your pocket into a genuinely powerful command hub for really complex, full-stack operations. We're talking no more fumbling around with clunky SSH clients on a tiny little screen. This is all about seamless, effective control right from your phone. Okay, so let's get into the good stuff, because how this actually works is where things get seriously impressive. This is where your phone stops being just a phone and turns into, well, mission control. It all kicks off with your voice. You just speak the command, say, deploy the latest build to staging. That audio gets captured and immediately sent for high-speed transcription. From there, the system's brain kicks in. It parses your natural language, what you actually said, into a precise, secure command the server can understand. Then that command is dispatched through a secure API to be executed. But here's the killer feature. The most critical part? The task runs in a persistent session. Your phone could die. You could lose service. You could close the app. It doesn't matter. Your deployment, your script, whatever you kicked off, it just keeps running. Now, an experience that smooth doesn't just happen by magic. It's built on a foundation of 3 really strong design decisions. Think of them as the 3 pillars that hold the entire system up and make it all work. Let's break them down. The first pillar is the secret sauce behind that persistence we were just talking about. It's a tmux-based persistence layer. Now, for anyone who's used tmux before, you know this is a brilliant move. It completely decouples the command that's running from your phone's interface. This means your connection can drop, but your work doesn't. You can just reattach to the session whenever you're back online. It is the ultimate safety net. Next up is the voice pipeline, and this isn't some afterthought. It's a core fundamental feature. By using a dedicated service like Deepgram for transcription and then running it through a custom parser, Phantom Deck gets incredible speed and accuracy. This is what makes the whole experience feel so fluid and intuitive. Instead of clunky, it just translates what you mean into what gets done instantly. And finally, we've got the user interface. You know, instead of trying to be everything to everyone on every screen, the design specializes in a landscape mobile-first view. And this is such a smart, focused decision. It understands the real-world limits of using a phone, and it optimizes every single pixel of that horizontal space for managing what you actually care about, your terminals. So a system this powerful, you know it's going to raise some big questions. Questions about security, about reliability, about how it handles the messiness of the real world. And the architecture here, it shows a really deep understanding of those exact challenges. This wasn't just built to work, it was built to be robust. Okay, so this is where they really show their work. They're proactively tackling the biggest technical risks you can think of. For example, how do you run a persistent tool like tmux in a serverless world that's, well, not persistent? You don't. You use a Dockerized persistent environment for the core engine. What about command injection? You know, someone saying something malicious that could execute a dangerous command? They use a hybrid parser. It has a super strict allow list for anything destructive and more flexible parsing for everything else. And to stop the UI from lagging, a real-time WebSocket stream for logging that keeps the interface feeling snappy. So you see, every major risk here has a really thoughtful, engineered solution. And this quote from the project's own internal analysis just sums it up perfectly. The architecture isn't just a clever prototype or a proof of concept. When you combine all these solutions, what you get is a genuinely production-ready system, designed for reliability and security right from the get-go. So we've seen the problem, we've seen the really elegant solution, and we've seen the robust engineering that makes it all possible, which leads to the obvious next question. How can you get your hands on it? Well, the pricing models are really straightforward and built for different kinds of users. There's a standard monthly SaaS plan, which is perfect for individual power users. There's also a one-time purchase option if you're someone who just wants to own the software outright. And they even have white label licensing for agencies that might want to build this power into their own services. Look, at the end of the day, this is about more than just running a few commands. It's about fundamentally changing where and how critical work can get done. It's about you becoming the orchestrator, no matter where you are. So if you're ready to turn your phone into your own mobile command hub, you know what to do. Head over to phantom.neuro.com.